If you want to maximize the amount of muscle that you're building, you have to be prioritizing select foods and not eating certain foods, because some foods are just empty calories. They will give you your macros, they'll give you the carbs, the protein, but there won't be that many micronutrients in them. And some foods will have all the zinc that you need, all the B vitamins, they'll have the creatine, they'll have everything that you need. So it's very important that you learn to prioritize the foods that will actually move the needle when it comes to helping you build muscle and optimize your hormones. For the S tier foods, the foods that you cannot avoid, the first one is going to have to be red meat, steak, ground beef. This is the best of the best. This is going to give you all the high quality protein that you need, and it's also loaded with creatine, B vitamins, zinc, and other micronutrients. It's high in saturated fats, which is good because saturated fat and cholesterol is going to help you build more testosterone, making building muscle a lot easier. And then another food in the S tier, if you need carbs, I would highly recommend you get your carbs in from fruits and potatoes. Fruits are good because they keep you full without having you eat too many calories. And potatoes are good because it is the most satiating food in the satiety index. So if you eat potatoes, you will feel full, and this will always provide you with good carbs and glycogen for your muscles, for you to have better performance in your workouts. And lastly, we have cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. This is also another super food when it comes to building muscle. It's high in protein. It has a bunch of slow digesting casein protein, and because it's fermented, it's also good for your gut microbiome. So if you need protein, but you don't want to be eating a whole meal, you can just snack on Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, and this will give you a shit ton of protein. On top of that, there's eggs in that. Make sure you are getting pasture-raised eggs, not cage-free, not normal eggs, not even free-range. Pasture-raised eggs is the only eggs where the chicken are allowed to roam outside, eat bugs, and forage for their own food. All the other ones are fed grains, they're fed soy, and the egg quality, the micronutrient quality in those eggs is nowhere as good as pasture-raised eggs. As for A tier foods, we've got chicken on the top of this. It's a cheaper protein for sure, but the protein quality and the fat quality isn't as good as red meat. However, if you have a tight budget, I understand why you would eat chicken instead. It is a good way to help you get enough protein to allow you to build muscle. And we've also got fish. Fish is also a lean source of protein, but it is nowhere near as optimal as red meat for boosting your testosterone and providing you with all the micronutrients that you need. It is also full of omega-3s, so that's a plus, but you have to be really careful with how you source a fish. A lot of the times there's a bunch of plastics in fish now. There's also heavy metals if you're eating big fish. Next up, we've got whey protein. Whey protein is a good way to get your protein in, but that's about it. If you really struggle to hit your protein goals, then whey protein is a convenient way for you to get your protein in, but just be careful of the ingredients. You don't want sucralose or to be sweetened with some other bullshit. Cheese, milk, butter are also good for supporting your hormonal health. But make sure that if you're eating cheese, if you're eating butter, make sure that you prioritize the raw version of these foods, because pasteurization is going to kill most of the beneficial bacteria in these foods. Last but not least, we have the worst foods, the foods you have to avoid at all costs. The first food you have to avoid is peanut butter and nut butters. I don't know why, but everyone seems to think that this is great for building muscle, but it's not. It's super high in calories, and for the calorie to protein ratio, it's not that good, and it's overrated for gains. Most of the time, the Jif peanut butter, the conventional peanut butters, they're all full of bullshit. The peanuts are moldy, and there's toxins accumulating in the peanut butters. So you should not be eating peanut butter unless you spend a lot of money on expensive peanut butter where the oil and the butter is separated and you have to stir it in yourself. That's the only peanut butter I would personally eat. Next up, we've got protein bars. You have to be really careful about how you source your protein bars. Most of the time, it's basically just a glorified candy bar. Most of them have sucralose, they have artificial sweeteners, they have all this random emulsifiers and random bullshit in there. You have to be really careful and learn how to read an ingredient list if you want to be eating a shit ton of protein bars. Next up, we have vegetables. Vegetables are completely unnecessary if you just want to be building muscle. You could be eating fruits and get more benefits than eating just vegetables alone. Only case where vegetables would be good is if you are on the calorie deficit and you just need volume. You just need lettuce to keep you full. So focus on the foods in the S tier. These will allow you to build muscle and optimize your hormones. And when you want to, you can eat some of the foods in A tier, but avoid all of the foods that I just listed out just before, the worst foods that you could be eating for building muscle.